Good afternoon, everybody. Doug Jenkins from the Findlay-Hancock County Chamber of Commerce. We are live for our first member anniversary of 2024 with Jeff Whitman of Whitman Title Security. Thanks for having us over today.
Thank you, Doug. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you. Appreciate you not charging us billable hours to stop by the conference room here.
I know.
Jeff, 35 years a member of the Chamber of Commerce. So first and foremost, thank you for supporting the mission of the Chamber for all these years.
Sure.
But let's talk about your story and how you got started in Findlay and how everything came to be.
Well, I was born and raised in Findlay, graduated from Findlay High School, went to High Northern University for my undergrad and law school. And my senior year of undergrad at High Northern, I started selling real estate. Sold that all through law school, did really well selling real estate. And as soon as I passed the bar and graduated from law school, I started my law practice back in 1977. And that's when I started Whitman Title Security then too. Since I had a big background in real estate, it just went hand in hand with the law practice. And I've been doing it ever since.
I've got to imagine that selling real estate while getting your law degree is probably a bit of a challenge.
You know, it was. And I worked really hard and things went very, very well for me. In fact, my second year of law school, I was the #1 realtor in town. So it made it real good when the realtors and the bankers knew my experience. So I was very busy when I went into my practice then, doing a lot of real estate law and a lot of title business and real estate closing. So, yeah, it worked out great with that experience then.
Was it tempting to just say, hey, I'm pretty good at this real estate stuff. Maybe I just do this and think about the law degree later?
It was tempting. In fact, believe it or not, I took a cut and pay to become an attorney. I was given a nice offer from a real estate firm, but I said, no, I went to law school for a purpose and I wanted to continue my law school career and my law career.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Obviously, you make jokes about attorneys and everything, but we need to have good representation because if you don't, you can find yourself in a boatload of trouble.
Right, right. Well, and being an attorney isn't as glamorous as what some people think a lot of times.
Not like Law and Order?
No.
No?
It's not
Okay.
like what you see on TV. And it takes a lot of hard work. And that's why we really need more attorneys in town and around the country because not everybody wants to put in all the hard work. But if you put in the hard work, you treat people right, you give good service, you should do well. And I'm very happy, and that's why I'm still at it, 46 years later. And I'm having a good time. I enjoy what I do. I love helping people, and I plan on doing it for quite a while, as long as I can keep doing it, because I just enjoy people, and I'm very active in town. As you know, all the charitable things I'm into, I'm on the board of trustees at the church. I'm on the foundation board at Kiwanis, big in Kiwanis. I've represented the Boy Scouts for over 30 years and on their board. And I do a lot of work for City Mission, been a patron of Marathon Center for Performing Arts. And I think if you want to be a good attorney in your community, it's a lifestyle. You really got to get involved in it. And if you do get involved in it, then it's very rewarding. So, and I know my wife Ann and I are very active in the community, and we just thoroughly enjoy what we do.
You mentioned, you mentioned that you have a good time. We know you have a good time. We know Jeff has a good time. But the activity in the community, being involved in the community, more often than not, when I talk to businesses that have been here for a couple of decades or more, when one person is involved in the community, it really becomes more of a company culture or a business culture. It's not just you, it's your staff that we see at a lot of things too. Is that something that you try and ingrain in people when they come to work here?
Absolutely. I've got 4 great full-time ladies that work with me in the title department and the law department. And we just did a big project for City Mission. They were all involved in that. And we do things together, and we have usually at least one day a month, we have a luncheon meeting where we talk about things and decide what we're going to do for a charity next year or this and that. And we enjoy going to work, and that's fun. Sometimes people enjoy coming to work more than coming home. And if you know me, we do have a lot of fun. Humor's great. 2 of my secrets to a long life is happiness and just enjoy what you're doing. Happy and have a healthy lifestyle, and we do that up here. And I think it shows. People seem to enjoy that, and they enjoy being around somebody happy and a little humorous more than somebody that's grumpy. And maybe I'm a little too humorous sometimes with some of my dad jokes, but we laugh. They laugh at me.
We're not going to ask for any of those right now, and we may have talked about this before, just talking, how important it is to have a little bit of a sense of humor when you're in business. It can be real easy to get into that grind and let that take over. But I have to imagine just a little sense of humor goes a long way into not only just getting through the week, but enjoying what you're doing.
Yeah, a good sense of humor is important. A smile is very disarming when you get into conflict. And having done a lot of domestic relations and divorce cases, if you can add a little humor to it, and I know I like to do that with our magistrates in divorce court, and they seem to appreciate it too. And you and I have a good rapport. We tease each other, and
just a little bit.
That makes
just a little.
That makes life a lot easier and a lot more fun. And the more fun you have, I think the healthier you're going to be.
Last question for you, maybe. Like I said, every time I interview somebody, I always come up with something else. But Findlay has grown by leaps and bounds since you've started your practice here. And a lot of times when we're talking to people about coming to Findlay or starting a business in Findlay or keeping a business in Findlay, one of the things we talk about is as Findlay grows, you will also grow. Have you found that to be the case here for you?
Yeah, like I said, I've got 4 great full-time ladies that work with me, and I have another part-time gal. And I'd like to take in another young attorney someday, but it's hard to find young attorneys that want to work hard, to be blunt. And but no, we've grown, and we enjoy growing, and we look at new opportunities, and we get the latest technology as far as our computers and our software. And in today's market of fraud, you got to be so careful. All the checks we write on the title agency, we've got pay protections and security protections. It evolves all the time. Business is always evolving, and you got to stay up with the times, and we do that.
Absolutely. Well, Jeff, again, thank you for being a member for 35 years. Thanks for everything you do in the community, and congratulations on so many years in business here.
Thank you, Doug. And are we going to be a part of Rally in the Alley this year?
You are going to be. I sent you an email. You got to. Hey, my meteorology certificate may have come from the back of a Cracker Jack box. So I'll take the hit on that one.
That's the humor we talk about.
See, he does pick on me a lot. I just sent you an email about Rally yesterday. All right, he's up on the technology. He's reading his emails. So yes, we will see you at Rally in the Alley later this year. So for Jeff, I'm Doug Jenkins. Have a great afternoon, everybody.